Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be soaking off this beautiful set, and she's had it for 2 whole months. Talk about retention. So I cut off the tips, well, I shortened them, and then I'm using my ceramic bit to file off all the gel polish on top of the tips. Just a few FYI points when filing using a ceramic bit is don't ever use it on the natural nail. If you're soaking off or doing a gel soak off without tips, do not use it on the natural nail. It is very harming and it burns and it strips away very thick layers, which can cause like very sensitive and weak nails. And also try not to file the same spot for too long, because then it starts to burn. So keep it moving, and I'm using it at high speed so that it like properly scrapes off, like nice scrapes off the gel. Try to be consistent with the filing. Try to be consistent with the pressure of the filing so that you don't have like odd ridges, and you don't make weird dents. So when you're consistent with the pressure that you apply, you can file off like a nice smooth line, and you keep going like that. And lastly, keep your bit as parallel to the surface as possible. Now I'm just dusting the nails, getting rid of all the dust all the dust that came from filing it off, and then I'm cutting this foil. You don't need like very special foil. Like this is light duty foil, and it does exactly what it needs to do. So you don't have to worry about getting heavy duty foil. You just cut it into squares. I cut it into 10 squares for 10 fingers. Same with the cotton. I use a cotton roll, and I just, without any technique or anything, break off or chop off about 10 pieces of cotton. Then I just take my nail clipper and cut it even shorter. She doesn't want to keep any length on her nail, so we're just going to cut it short. Her new set is going to be another gelx set. So obviously if we don't want the nails to be popping up under the tip, we'd cut them shorter. Also, this reduces how much you actually have to soak off. Now we just have like half the nail to soak off, which is going to be so much faster, so much quicker and lovelier. Yeah. Then you're going to drench your cotton pad into acetone, and then place it on the nail, and take your square foil, shiny side on the inside. They taught us that in school, and I don't remember why shiny side on the inside, but yes. And you're just gonna, like you're packing a baby into a jersey or something. You're just gonna just clothe the cotton pad over the finger. In more common English, just wrap the foil around the finger. Yeah. And after you've done all 10 fingers, you're gonna leave it for about 10 to 15 minutes. Minimum 10, maximum around 20. And this is specifically a scraping tool for soak off. So when you remove the foil, you're going to use your scraping tool to gently scrape off the gel that has soaked off or melted. Yeah, the gel that is melted. That makes sense, right? I don't know, it sounds odd saying melted, but I guess melted. But anyways, you're going to do that for all 10 fingers, of course, before you move on to the next step. I just find it so satisfying how gelx tips just like easily melt off. Like it's so satisfying. Look how it just glides off. After doing that, I spray it with my cleanser, and then I just brush it off and clean any residue that's left behind from the soak off. Then I use my beautiful, you're my brain today, guys. My cuticle pusher, just to gently push the cuticles. Nothing too hectic or too much, not too much pressure or anything like that, you know, just to gently open them up a bit. And then I go in with my electric file, and I'm using the medium Russian oval bit. I got it from Mascara Nails for anyone who's curious. But I go in with a very low speed, and I start off going one direction and then I switch to go to the other direction. Very simple, not too much pressure. Don't dig into the nails, don't dig into the cuticles, just very surface level cleaning around the cuticles. I brush off the residue and use my cuticle nipper to cut off any dead skin. She doesn't have a lot of dead skin, so I'm basically cutting like 0.00000 centimeters of skin. But look how clean that is. Love it. It's always satisfying to see a clean cuticle, nice and ready for the perfect gel application. And remember how while you do your cuticle prep is what's going to determine whether your gel lifts or not. So if you wanted to grow out like this, how her set grew out, no lifting whatsoever, make sure you have a solid prep routine. This is my routine. I do it all the time. It works all the time, and I think it's perfect. Lastly, I'm going in with my 240 grit sanding band. There we go. I'm gonna use it to gently clean the side walls to make it cleaner from the soak off and to remove any leftover gel that may have sunk into the side walls, just like I'm doing now. I think it also really adds to cleaning up the cuticle area and making sure it is nice and smooth. The main reason why we also do this, like we file the nail, is so that if you do gel on smooth nails, like nails that haven't been filed, it's gonna peel off, and it's gonna peel off literally the next day. So this really helps with the adherence of the particles of the gel to the nail, the longevity, you know. Yeah. Remember not to over file during this step too. Just be very cautious with every step, basically. Then again, I'm going to brush off the dust that's on there, and this is my cleanser. This is what I've been using the whole time as a cleanser, and I'm going to cleanse it for the last time. Brush, and really get rid of any residue on there. We need the surface to be nice and clean, so there aren't any bumps, or for a nice smooth application of gel. And these are my tips. Not tips, these are my nails ready for dehydrate and primer. They're just ready for you to start your whole process. Look how beautiful that looks. Do your girl a favor and like, comment and subscribe. Bye.